Good morning, everybody. All right, need some energy to get everybody warmed up. Jumping jacks and stuff. My name's Mark Ashley, and it is my privilege and my pleasure to welcome you all to CGI here in Lebanon on a very fine day. I can't figure this out, but apparently everybody got up this morning and looked out the window and said, "Look, t-shirt weather." So, great, good to see, which is fine by me. It was a little earlier this year, I think it was around February, when Meredith Myers, who was one of our early transplants from Denver, who's holding the camera over there, she stopped by my office and she said, "So Mark, what are we planning to do to celebrate our 10-year anniversary?" And I thought, well, that's odd. You've been married for 10 years and you're asking me? But fortunately, before I opened my mouth, the light bulb came on, at which point I did the mental math, and I said, wow, it really has been 10 years. So it was a bit hard for me to believe that it had been 10 years since we opened up for business here in Russell County, probably because it meant accepting that I'm a decade older since I was here for the original ribbon cutting. But once I got over that, I really think it's because that there really has been so much accomplished in that period of time. And when you consider it in that light, you know, it really hasn't been that long. We'll be sharing with you some highlights of the accomplishments a little later. But right now, I just want to take a moment and recognize a few people. I want to kind of preface by saying that the list of people who have been instrumental in achieving this milestone is really far too long to share in the time that Linda allotted me. And by the way, if you don't know Linda Odoricio, she's standing right over here. And I just want to take a minute to thank her and her team. We have Diane Campbell and Michelle Vest and Kathy Jackway. And they have been here literally at every event that we've done, including the ribbon cutting, and just done a tremendous job. So thanks, Linda, for always, rain or shine, she always brings these things off. There's also a few people here with us today that I'm especially grateful to. And I want to begin with one person whose pioneering vision and bold action, I think, really set the stage for this entire project. There is no question in my mind that without this person's leadership, none of us would be sitting here today. So, Senator Mark Warner, I just want to thank you very much. I want to thank you all for all you've done for us at CGI, for the people of Russell County and for Virginia, and for taking time out of your busy schedule to be with us. Thanks. I'd also like to recognize and thank Mayor Tony Doty, here to my left, who I should put the little applause thing in here in my notes so I know when to stop talking. Anyway, over 10 years ago, Mayor Doty extended us the keys to this fine town, and he's been a tremendous partner ever since. And I also want to thank the entire Board of Supervisors, as well as Chairman Doty and the rest of the Russell County IDA Board for all of their investment and their continued support. And I'm happy to see Harry Rutherford. Harry, where's Harry? Harry. Hey, Harry. Harry preceded Mayor Doty as the IDA chairman for so many years. And I think it's fair to say he played an instrumental role in attracting CGI here to Russell County. So thanks for coming, Harry. I'd also like to offer a special welcome to State Delegate Israel O'Quinn from the 5th District of Virginia House of Delegates. Also with us is Mary Ray Carter, Special Advisor for Rural Partnerships at the Office of Governor Terry McAuliffe, and Ben Chafin, State Senator from the 38th District of Virginia. I also want to acknowledge Jonathan Belcher, Executive Director, and Marquita Horton from the Virginia Coalfield Economic Development Authority, VCEDA. VCEDA has been a longtime partner of ours, and their support really has helped make this global delivery center possible. Also here with us is one of our longstanding economic development and academic partners, Shannon Blevins, Shannon was previously the CGI project manager for VEDP and is now the Associate Vice Chancellor, Economic Development and Engagement at the University of Virginia at Wise. And I don't know how she gets that all on her business card, but all I can say is she was tremendous in helping us get this project launched. So thanks, Shannon. Thanks, Jonathan. Really appreciate it. And finally, I want to welcome back a good friend and colleague of mine, and I will just introduce him as the man who gave up the very best job at CGI, which now happens to be my job, John Manta, who comes to us all. John managed the center here in Lebanon during its first year of operations. I think we even have a sign we named part of the building after him, which is I know he holds among one of his greatest accomplishments in life. He now is responsible for all the work we do in Colorado, but we're happy to see him returning to his roots in Southwest Virginia just for the day. And now I'd like to go ahead and introduce a colleague of mine, Mr. Tim Hurlebus, who is the president of CGI Federal, and who I know will do a great job of helping us all put this milestone day into perspective. So I'll turn it over to Tim.
Thanks, Mark. Good morning, everybody. It's almost afternoon, but not quite. I'd like to extend my personal welcome to Senator Warner, Mayor Doty, and all our Commonwealth and Southwest Virginia friends, colleagues, media. Thank you for being here this morning. In addition, I want to extend a warm welcome to all the members of our senior staff in the U.S. that have come down here to participate today. It's proof positive what a special place Lebanon is to all of us at CGI. Today marks the 10-year anniversary of the opening of CGI's first Center of Excellence in rural America. This center was the first of 4 that we now operate across the U.S. and part of what we call our onshore delivery program. While we're a global company with operations in over 40 countries, our onshore delivery model focuses on creating jobs right here in the United States. We not only stimulate local economies, but also build IT expertise to make our nation more competitive. With the help of the community and our partnerships with local colleges and universities, our team here at this center is now 400 strong, and our team across our onshore delivery workforce is now 1,200 members in 4 locations, which is more than 10% of our U.S. workforce. Many of these members are still with us today. If you are a CGIer who's been here since 2006, please stand up so we can recognize your extraordinary dedication to CGI and the Lebanon and Russell County community. This is a great team. Some of us have come and gone over the years, but they'll always be part of our CGI family. And we would like to recognize one special team member we lost just recently, our Momentum team member, Mark Carruthers. This center represents another great achievement in CGI's relationship with the Commonwealth. As a company, we've served the citizens of Virginia for nearly 40 years. Virginia is also the home to our U.S. headquarters, and we continue to be one of the leading IT providers to the Commonwealth itself. So thank you for the opportunity to continue this great partnership here in Lebanon and across Virginia. Our onshore centers of excellence provide the opportunity for young people who have grown up in this area and left to go to college to come back to their hometown and work in the information technology field. The ability to attract and retain great talent in areas outside of big urban environments is key to our business. It illustrates our commitment to create jobs here at home in all areas of our great country. As part of this commitment is for CGI members to become part of the fabric of the communities in which we live and work. So I wanted to take a minute to highlight some of the things our members have done here in this community. So for the past several years, we've been involved with the Barter Theater and the Mountain of Music Homecoming to support the local performing arts community, as well as local tourism. We've participated in STEM volunteers and after-school reading and tutoring. We've contributed time and funding to the local Ronald McDonald House. We've been part of the Holiday Star program hosted by a local radio station. We provided over 100 backpacks to Honeacre Elementary School, donated to the Russell County Mini Grant Program to support educational initiatives, and as part of our annual tour, which is a gathering every fall for our company, we contributed personally to Feeding America. So thanks to everybody here for all you do for the local community. I hope this perspective reinforces the commitment we made 10 years ago, not only to create jobs here in Lebanon, but to sustain them and become part of this wonderful community. Congratulations to everybody. So now it's my pleasure to introduce you your Mayor and Chairman of Russell County Industrial Development Authority, Tony Doty. Mayor Nelson A. Tony Doty is the 41st mayor of the town of Lebanon. He served the citizens of Lebanon for 28 years on the town council, serving as mayor for the last 16 years. Mayor Doty is proud to have resided in Lebanon for more than 50 years. He retired from Russell County Public Schools after 35 years, serving as the principal of Lebanon High School for the last 14 years of his career. Mayor Doty has also served on the Russell County Industrial Development Authority for 16 years and was recently appointed chairman. He's a member of the Lebanon Housing Board and the Lebanon Downtown Revitalization Project Management Team. So without further ado, Mayor Doty.
Thank you very much. First of all, on behalf of the citizens of Lebanon and our town council, we want to welcome everyone here today to this wonderful time-flying 10-year anniversary of CGI. But I want to wearing both of my hats today, I'd like to take a moment to make some recognitions at this time. I'd like to ask Mr. Breeding, the chairman of the Board of Supervisors, and our Board of Supervisors members if they could stand to be recognized, please. Members of the Russell County IDA and our good friend and longtime colleague, Mr. Harry Rutherford, over here, would you all please stand to be recognized? And the members of the Lebanon Town Council who are with us today, if you would please stand to be recognized. All three of those groups play an integral part into what has happened here today and what happened 10 years ago. I was talking with the senator earlier. It seems like just yesterday when I was principal at Lebanon High School and as governor, I believe you were at our facility within 2 or 3 weeks with 2 announcements for employment for our citizens and our growth here in our region. And it's amazing how things happen quickly, how proud we are of this facility and what it means to, and I don't know, I hope that those of you who work here, and particularly the folks who are visiting with us today, understand how important it is to have these jobs where our folks can stay and raise a family and have a good job to make a good living and to live in one of the most beautiful places in the world. I mean, it is an honor to have you here. We want you to grow. I had already mentioned to some of the folks that I've met today on behalf of the IDA that we're ready and willing again for your growth. We have space available. If there's none, we'll build it. That's just the way, that's just what we'll do for you. But it is a wonderful day. It's an exciting day. We thank CGI for what they have done for their employees and what you have done for this community and this entire region. So again, on behalf of the town of Lebanon and the Russell County IDA, we congratulate you on your 10th anniversary. Look forward to seeing you in the 20th anniversary and beyond. Y'all have a wonderful day and enjoy your event. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mayor Doty. Now it's my pleasure to introduce Dave Henderson, President of CGI's U.S. Operations. Dave was appointed to be President of our U.S. Operations in May 2015. With a 30-year career in commercial outsourcing and consulting across many vertical industry segments, Dave led a business group within the U.S. that spanned 22 states with a strong business presence in public sector healthcare, insurance, and enterprise resource planning. At CGI, his clients have included commercial organizations across all CGI's industry sectors, including global companies in banking and finance, oil and gas, healthcare, manufacturing, and telecommunications. Please join me in welcoming Dave Henderson.
right. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, Mayor Doty. And thank you, Senator Warner. It really is an honor to be here today. 10 years is really an impressive accomplishment. And I spent some time with some of the founding members last night at a pizza place in Abingdon. It was great. It was called Gallows, right? Is that what it was? It was Bella's. All right. Well, either way, it was really good. It was great pizza. It was good pizza. But I tell you, I was incredibly impressed with the drive, the determination, the commitment of those members, and what they represent for the work that all the CGI members do here in Lebanon. And so I was just very impressed with that. And I think and thank you for all of you for being a part of this important foundation for CGI. So another round of applause for all of you. So with that, I am honored to be a part of such a special and important celebration. Tim spoke about this a few minutes ago, so I won't go into a lot of detail, but I would be remiss if I didn't acknowledge the impressive collaboration between our local members and this community. We couldn't do any of this without the remarkable support from our community partners and our higher education colleagues. It truly makes me proud to be a CGI member, to see that collaboration and to see this come together in such an impressive facility. So thank you again. All right, so as many have said, it seems just like yesterday when we were celebrating the grand opening of this impressive facility. I saw the pictures in the hallway, and if you haven't had a chance to go in there and look at those pictures, they're great. When our CEO was here for the ribbon cutting, and certainly a number of the folks that are in those very first pictures are here today. And so again, an impressive demonstration of the commitment that these folks have. So with the help of then Governor Mark Warner, we opened for business here in 2006 in temporary space down the hill with 13 people. I believe it was in the space of the former Magic Mart, which I think foreshadowed the magic that was about to happen here. So 2 years later, we were fortunate to have Senator Warner back, along with Governor Tim Kaine, for the ribbon cutting on this remarkable facility behind me. The vision for this facility was simple, to be the foundation of CGI's new onshore delivery strategy. CGI's onshore delivery model focuses on creating quality jobs here at home. Onshore delivery is an integral part of CGI's global delivery model, which offers best fit solutions using on-site, onshore, nearshore, and offshore locations that today's global clients demand. Working with our account teams, the talent in this center helps CGI deliver both the steady state IT services as well as the transformational digital innovation our clients need in today's digital economy. Delivering the right solutions at the right time for our clients is at the heart of innovation at CGI. We work closely with local academic partners to develop the IT talent to meet emerging skills and technology needs. And so while the actual distance from our first facility is not very far, we have really come a long way in these past 10 years. By the time we opened the doors of this facility, our team had grown to more than 200 CGI members. In the last 10 years, as Tim mentioned, we've doubled in size and we're now 400 members strong. All of you continue to make a significant impact on CGI's business and that of our clients each and every day. Together, we touch many industries, including communications, financial services, telecom, retail, manufacturing, healthcare, and of course, government. In fact, approximately 70% of our members here support our federal government clients. Many of them you might just recognize, the Department of Justice, the Department of State, the U.S. courts, the GSA, and the Department of Agriculture. In addition, significant portions of our core solutions are supported out of Southwest Virginia. This intellectual property, as we call it, IP, you'll hear say things like IP, is a critical component of CGI's digital innovation strategy. One of our mission-critical solutions we support here is our flagship Built for Government Enterprise Resource Planning solution, otherwise known as Momentum. Momentum helps more than 100 U.S. government agencies with their complex federal financial management activities. Also, from this impressive 42,000 square foot facility, we support Virginia, Ohio, Texas, Alabama, Minnesota, and Nevada, who, thanks to our MI360 solution, can administer their Medicaid incentive programs without undue cost, risk, burden, or delay. Through our Tempo environmental solution, Minnesota, Mississippi, and Utah can provide online self-service for the submission of permit and license applications and compliance reports. This reduces the labor-intensive paperwork and shortens application processing time. In fact, through this extraordinary productive team here in Southwest Virginia, we support services and solutions for many marquee commercial clients as well. AT&T, ExxonMobil, Liberty Mutual, The Hartford, Geico, Chevron. Our team here includes software developers and members who conduct the all-important testing of our solutions, as well as numerous product maintenance experts. Most importantly, this facility has enabled highly talented individuals to work with the latest technology and tools to serve our clients around the globe, right here from Southwest Virginia. So while we support global clients from Southwest Virginia, CGI is also a leading IT provider here in Virginia, in the Commonwealth. CGI's continued growth and success means more jobs throughout Virginia. A great example of our partnership with Virginia is CGI's enterprise procurement system, otherwise known as EVA, recently recognized as one of the leading examples of government technology in the nation. With Virginia's procurement program also being recognized, it's used by more than 400 government entities across the state and nearly 100,000 registered vendors. EVA enhances competition, creates leverage, and increases the buying power of the Commonwealth. So through our partnerships with local universities, we've been able to create a pipeline of talent that has enabled us to exceed our original commitment to create and maintain 300 jobs here. And of course, we're at 400, and as the mayor was talking to me earlier, we've got room to grow. So he's got the space. So CGI is in the people business, where our competitive advantage and our ability to win is really based on the knowledge and commitment of our people. Of course, none of this would be possible without the commitment of the local community, its educational institutions, and the Commonwealth itself. So thanks to many of you here today, this facility is a landmark example of the progress this community has made in transforming itself into a high-tech center of innovation and the resulting economic development and prosperity. For all of this, I thank you, and I thank you on behalf of CGI, on behalf of the U.S. business, and on behalf of the clients we serve. Thank you. So now it is my honor and privilege to introduce Senator Mark Warner from the Commonwealth of Virginia. Senator Warner was elected to the U.S. Senate in November 2008 and re-elected to a second term in November 2014. He serves on the Senate Finance, Banking, Budget, and Intelligence Committees. Senator Warner has been recognized as a national leader in fighting for our military men and women and veterans, and in working to find bipartisan, balanced solutions to address our country's debt and deficit. From 2002 to 2006, he served as the governor of Virginia. When he left office in 2006, Virginia was ranked as the best state for business, the best managed state, the best state in which to receive a public education. Quite a set of accomplishments, Senator. The first in his family to graduate from college, Mark Warner spent 20 years as a successful technology and business leader in Virginia before entering public office. Senator Warner understands the importance of public-private partnerships in growing our communities and creating jobs. We are honored to have him here with us today to celebrate this important milestone. Please join me in giving a warm welcome to Senator Mark Warner.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you all. Thank you. Dave, thank you for that introduction. And I love you bringing up the fact of EVA, our procurement system, that was actually started by a certain governor as well. So, and it is great to see all of you again, Mark again, Tony, Tim. A lot of folks got recognized. I want to recognize somebody else who helped make this happen. Former state senator and dear friend of mine, William Wampler. William, say hey. You know, I think about, William's a Republican, I'm a Democrat. But the one thing that particularly struck me, I've tried to carry this on into Washington, but Lord knows when I had the honor of being governor, particularly with Southwest Virginia, there was no such thing as Democrat-Republican. When it came to looking out for Southwest, we always put Virginia first. And in so many ways, that's why I'm so proud to be back here. I was governor for 1,456 days. And I loved almost every one of them. And people often say, well, tell me about what you liked most, what was the worst. And, the worst, sometimes I have a longer story, but the best, and I've said this all across Virginia, candidly all across the nation, I absolutely remember my best day as governor. It was October 28th, back in 2005. I got up that morning in the governor's mansion in Richmond, flew out here to the high school here in Lebanon when we were about to make the announcement about CGI and Northrop Grumman. Many of you were there, and that was important. But what was particularly important that day that I remember so vividly was I got a chance to talk to the graduating senior class in Lebanon. And, you know, in this business you give a lot of talks. But to see the energy and the enthusiasm of those young people, and I remember one young man come up, talk to me, and then talk to the Washington Post. He was going to go off to Virginia Tech the following year. He said, you know, I always thought before today, because he wanted to go into computer science, that he would not have the chance to come back to Lebanon and Russell County and raise his family. He says because of this announcement, he would have that chance and that opportunity. And what struck me so much was, you know, these are world-class jobs. You know, these are jobs that any community in Virginia or America would love to have. Pay twice the national average or twice the local county average. Incredible opportunities for advancement. And I want to give you a little bit of the story of why this was so important to me. As Dave mentioned, I was very blessed. First person in my family to graduate from college. You know, decided I'd go into business. Failed miserably the first 2 times I went into business. It's been a while living on my friends' couches, and many of you who've known me for some time know I'm going to use this same line. I ultimately got into the cell phone business and started a company called Nextel, which means I'm the only politician around that says, even when I'm speaking, leave your cell phones on. They don't bother me at all. But, you know, in a networked world, one of the things that has proven to be the case is you can literally build it anywhere. You know, you don't have to be connected right next door. That's a fundamental transformation brought around by the information age. And we've seen that as more and more jobs have ended up in places like Bangalore, India, or Shanghai, China. And one of the things that drove me crazy, it still does, particularly in this current job, is that we'd shown the ability to network all around the world, but what we had not done a very good job of is showing that those jobs could also be located, particularly in rural communities in America. So CGI was doing some business with the Commonwealth, and Dave's predecessor, we said, you know, they wanted to do some more business with the Commonwealth. And my urging to them was, you know, you can't just look at putting those jobs in Northern Virginia and Richmond. You got to be willing to lean forward. You got to be able to not just talk the talk, but walk the walk. And there was a competition across Virginia. But this community in Russell County, folks like Harry and a whole group of others, the IDA, the CETA, the local board, everyone said, we want to bring these world-class jobs here. I remember we had some extra help because CGI said to them, it needs to be someplace in Virginia, it needs to be a rural community, but there were a lot of other communities. I always remember the CGI team came down and we got them an exclusive special performance by Dr. Ralph Stanley one night, and some of the team said, well, maybe this place will be a good place to locate. And at the initial promise was that 200 jobs. And what I said to CGI, and by the earlier indication of those who stood up, you know, you're coming to a world-class community with a world-class quality of life, but most importantly, a world-class group of people that can compete with anyone around the world. And the fact that those of you who stood up, who've been through all 10 years here at CGI, I hope that the Commonwealth of Virginia, and more particularly Russell County, has kept its end of the bargain. Will you agree? Absolutely. Congratulations. Those 200 jobs have become 400 jobs. The annual commitment into the economy, about $68 million. I would not mind, I don't get to do these job announcements as much now as senator, as governor, but if you want to announce another couple hundred today, we could make some real news. Ernie, make sure you capture, I think I saw them nod yes. But it really is, this notion, and I want to commend CGI, they've now taken the model that started in Southwest Virginia, that started in Russell County, and you've got now 4 onshoring centers of excellence. And we need to take this model more often. You know, one of the great disappointments to me is that we don't have, 100 of these centers all across Southside and Southwest. Because we know these communities have been hard hit by change in the energy sector, by change in terms of people too often migrating to the Richmonds or the Northern Virginias, or for that matter, even Roanoke, to say you got to have opportunity. Well, we have proven in this facility that you shouldn't have to leave your hometown to find a world-class job. The real promise of a networked information age world is to have the CGIs and their competitors and colleagues dot all across, particularly rural Virginia, these kind of opportunities. You know, it's back in a political season again. You may know if you turn on your television. I know probably if you follow politics, you want to throw a shoe at the TV. I feel the same way, and I'm inside the TV. And sometimes, there's people talking about, well, we need to make America great again. And Lord knows there are things that we need to improve in America. But there's an awful lot great that already exists in America. And I can think of no greater example. I can think of no greater example than a world-class company bringing world-class 21st century jobs to a part of Virginia, to a part of America that has unrivaled beauty, unrivaled sense of community, unrivaled history and heritage, and to provide you with the opportunity to have that kind of future without having to move away. Ucannally is a no-brainer. Why, of the 1,456 days I was governor, that day I was able to come to Lebanon and make that announcement still remains the day that I value and treasure the most. And coming back here today, 10 years later, to celebrate the great success will arm me with the fortitude to go back up to the craziness called Washington, D.C. and the U.S. Capitol and try to make sure to see if we can replicate this bright example many, many hundreds of times forward. Thank you all for having me. Congratulations to everybody at CGI.
Okay, we're going to close things out here. I've got a couple distinct set of thanks. So I think about it this way. There was a group of people who made our 2006 opening and our 2007 ribbon cutting ceremony possible. And that's all the aforementioned folks that were involved in making the decision for CGI to come here to Lebanon a no-brainer. So thank you again from all of us. There's a second group, however, I think that made this day possible. And in my role, I have the opportunity to work with teams around the world in Washington, D.C., and Charleston, South Carolina, and San Diego, California, and Mumbai, India. And it's been great to see this team here in Lebanon, all these sea of red shirts, and what they've delivered to our customers and to our company. I've had the opportunity to sit through a couple of meetings in the last couple of days I've been down here, and I can assure you that this team is world-class, as the governor mentioned. There's nobody in the world that's delivering better than you are. And you may know this, but CGI is a publicly traded company, If we don't deliver value to our customers and grow, we don't stay in business. So it's nice to have a big announcement about creating jobs, but if the people in those jobs don't deliver, it doesn't work. Well, this team has delivered in spades, and they've made this day possible. So thank you to everybody in a red shirt today. And we'll see you in 10 years. So now the logistics. So what we'd like to do is invite everybody out this entrance here. We're going to take a big group picture under the sign. And while we're doing that and getting organized, probably be really easy. After we do that, they'll set up food back here. Please come back in and enjoy a nice barbecue lunch. Thanks again. I needed to remind you to do.
Sorry.
That's right.